All right, welcome everybody. Another Super Sunday call. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, just type improve daily. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, just type improve daily. We're gonna get started real soon. Let me know where you're calling in from as well. We do have people from all over the world on this call. It's always nice to see where you're calling in from. Dallas, Texas is in the building. Welcome. We've got Southeast London here. Nigeria is in the house. Canada, Mr. Banks. Essex, UK is in. Northampton is here. Sweet Tobago is in the building. Nigeria is here. Welcome. We got Maidstone in Kent. Welcome. Cleveland, Ohio. Sweet TNT, welcome. We got Rhode Island in the house. USA. All right, don't be shy, people. Don't be shy. Great. So, improve daily. That's one thing that you realize, especially when you're starting trading, and it's true for in life as well. Daily disciplines compounded over time is what gives you the big leaps, right? Daily disciplines compounded over time is what gives you the big leaps in life. So compounding is extremely, extremely important. And this is why we want to get 1% better every day. That's all we need. 1% better every day. And remember, mistakes are simply the price that we pay to succeed. Okay? Failure is simply the price that you pay to succeed. But the only way that you could succeed after failure is if you learn from the thing. Okay? So that is just the price. Okay? And I know many of you had bumped your head and fell down with this trading thing, but that's just the road. That is just the road. And now we're on a journey of some serious momentum, serious success. And I'm just so happy to be on this journey with you guys. We actually have, as always, when we talk about improve daily, we always want to improve what we're doing. And we've actually have a new update on the MOODSWING tool, okay? And we'll go through what that is, what the update is. And also we've added the AI alerts onto the indices. Okay, it was previously just on gold. We were just testing things out. The thing was, it was going nuts on gold. It was beautiful, beautiful. And now we've started to do some testing out on the indices as well. So without any further delay, let's share what the difference is with the older version and the newer version. It's a very slight difference, but it does make a difference, all right? It does make a difference. So let me just share this with you. I've got the MOODSWING tool on Bitcoin. By the way, if your broker allows, you could use the MOODSWING tool to trade Bitcoin on the weekend, right? This was Bitcoin on Saturday morning, and we were at an interesting point here. But anyways, we'll get to that. Let's talk about what the difference is between MOODSWING version 3.5 and 3.4 is. In fact, let me bring up 3.4 as well, and we'll put them side by side, and I'll show you the difference. MOODSWING 3.4. Let me see if I can get it here. 3.4, all right? Now, you wouldn't have access to 3.4 if you've upgraded, right? Hopefully it'll come up. There we go. Right, so 3.4, 3.5. And really, let me just switch certain things off here. Switch all of this off. The real difference is the bulls and the bears. Okay. So let's go. I'll switch off MOODSWING version 3.5. Right, I'll switch that off. And I'm going to put on the bulls and bears. In fact, I'll put the bears on because Bitcoin is actually trending downwards. So I'll put the shorts and the bears on. Okay, good. I'll also put the order blocks on. The order blocks hasn't changed. That should be the same. All right, there we go. Okay, so as you can see here, with the MOODSWING version 3.4, all right, we have the bears coming on. You know, they come on in good frequency. However, if we turn on MOODSWING 3.5, you'll see them a bit more frequent. Like, say, for example, here today, where we had a potential opportunity for a 1, 2, 3 selling, right? We had the selling order block coming on, but notice that there's no bears here, right? At least on the older version. So if I switch that off and I switch the newer version on now, right? So boom, there we go. It actually gave us that bears entry right here, okay? So it allows us to get in on trades a bit quicker, okay? So let me just switch on and switch. Let me switch between the two. All right, so I'm going to switch off. Let me just put a circle around some of these bear signals. So that's a bears there. That's a bears here. This is the latest version. Bears here. Okay. You'll just notice that you get more opportunities. So I'll switch that off. Let's switch the older version on. Right? And you notice these 4 areas, actually these 5 areas, you notice that we didn't get the bears signal in there, right? We didn't get that bears confirmation to be able to get in for the sell. Right? So you would have, I mean, if you got in up here, fine, but there were some other opportunities to be able to get in, which the older version would not have given you. So you now get that in the newer version, okay? So if we switch the newer version back on, we could see that we have some more opportunities to be able to get in. All right, so are you happy with that? Are you okay? Thumbs up. Thumbs up if you're cool with that update. Nice. And especially for those maybe who are doing some scalping, you know, your entries, your quick entries in is very important. But also for people who are swing trading as well. You want to be able to get in on some bigger action. So let's say, for example, we go to say 1 hour or 4 hour time frame. Let me go to a 1 hour time frame here and see. All right, so I'm deleting MOODSWING version 3.4 now. I could remove that. And let's, all right, so there we go. In fact, you know what? Let me load up MOODSWING 3.4 again. We'll see how it goes against this one. All right, so let's say, for example, right here, this was a right here, this was a mood swing 1-2. For those of you who know the strategy, if you've learned the strategy, this is a mood swing 1-2. And there were two opportunities here to get in. Okay, this is mood swing version 3.5, by the way, right? The latest version. If I switch this off, and let's go back to here. Let's put the shorts and the bears on, and also the order block. Right, so this is version 3.4. Well, you would have gotten the trade here on version 3.4. It's just the in-between trades you would not have gotten. So you would have gotten this one, but you would not have gotten this one on the version 3.4. Okay, switch 3.4 off, put 3.5 back on. Greetings, Stanley. Right, okay. Well, you'll have gotten it on a smaller time frame anyways. But right here, for those who are doing swing trading, that was a nice opportunity here for you to get in for a selling opportunity on Bitcoin here. And if you understand the fundamentals of what is happening with Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin is actually in a bearish cycle as we speak, right? It is in a bearish cycle as we speak. I'm just going to increase this to 10 so I could see 10 order blocks back, not just 5. Right, so yeah, Bitcoin is in a bearish cycle at the moment. The bullish cycle has ended in, I think, around October, November, or December time last year, and now it's in a bearish cycle. So the reality is that if we catch some good sells on Bitcoin, we're actually good to go. So this actually was in October, right? So October was the peak, and now we're seeing the selling opportunities happening on Bitcoin. So wow, this is actually the daily time frame as well, and you see crazy swing trading opportunities here. Even if you go on the daily time frame, you get the order block, and then bam, you get your bears confirmation. You get in there and you just swing it, right? Same thing here. Same thing here. Same thing here. This was Thursday. See, when did you get the bears? Okay, so this was Sunday, last week Sunday. So last week Sunday, if you just sold Bitcoin last week Sunday, you're in the money. Okay. And then we got another bears on Thursday. Oh, sorry. No. That is not a 1-2 strategy. Forget about that. It was up here. Okay. So Bitcoin at the moment is in a bearish cycle. Personally, I'm just look for a pullback and then look for some more movements to the downside. I've marked off a key price area here for Bitcoin. So other than that, we're just looking for potential selling opportunities. Right. So there was one thing that I wanted to talk about with regard to Bitcoin today or yesterday when we saw this opportunity coming in. This bears, right. So right here, we can actually see we have a buying order block and then we have a selling order block, right? For those of you who are familiar with the 1-2 strategy or the 1-2-3 strategy, what should we do in this scenario here where we have a bearish a bearish order block here and a bullish order block here? What should we do in this scenario? Any takers? Don't be shy. We all here to learn.
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. Yeah. Some people you could do nothing. Nothing. Do nothing. Do nothing. Okay. But remember what I said previously with regard to old order blocks and new order blocks, right? The new order blocks will have precedent over the old order blocks. So you could do nothing. Doing nothing is absolutely fine. It's no questions whatsoever. Save your money, right? However, you could wait until it breaks the order block, but wait until it breaks which order block? That's the question. Wait until it breaks which order block? Wait until it breaks down. Huh? This one? Where it has the equal lows? Okay. Yeah, you could do that. Let's see how things actually played out. Okay. But this would have been a 1-2 scenario. We do have the mood swing level here as green, right? So I understand that. Okay, well, we waiting. I would say, all right, we wait, but we wait for the mood swing level to turn red if it breaks down, or if it pushes back up, then we wait for our bears, put our bears back on, and we're good to go. But let's see how it actually played out. Right? Let's play this out and see. Right, okay, stop. Right. When we get a bears and short, what does that mean? You know, sometimes we get bears only, but when we get bears and short, what does that mean?
You traded in line with the mood swing.
Correct. The mood swing has flipped, right? That's right. We're starting to trade in line with the mood swing. Somebody say strong confirmation. Right. The market is definitely going to be starting to sell off. So that's when we see, all right, okay, we have precedent. This selling order block has precedent. Our sentiment has switched to the downside. So we should definitely be looking to take some selling opportunities here, and look at what happened. Yeah. So there you go. Boom. That thing that's dropped out of the sky like there's nobody's business. And it's keep on dropping, right? And again, if you missed that opportunity here, we had another opportunity later on in the day on Saturday for a sell right here. This is a 1-2. So up here, it would have been classed as a 1-2-3 because it was close to the mood swing level. But here, this is a 1-2. Still equally powerful because we're going in line with the trend of the market, right? Going in line with the trend of the market. So a beautiful, beautiful 1-2. Again, if you missed the earlier move, there was a later move later on. All right, beautiful. That's over. Woo. Plenty points. All right. So let's see where we at. Let's go to the very end. All right, Bitcoin really, really fell. And then look, we have another opportunity here that happened about an hour and a half ago or so. That was another selling opportunity there to get in. Okay. So over the weekend, we pretty much had 3 opportunities to get in on the Bitcoin for the sell. Okay. Once you had the mood swing tool here in your corner, in your pocket. I know somebody is asking how they get the tool. Don't worry, we'll come to that in a moment. Well, at the end of the session. Cool. So that's one thing that we wanted to cover. And the next thing that we wanted to cover is that the AI alerts. So there's some people who might be a little bit busy. They're working and they don't have time to be looking at the markets or to be checking things, right? We do have an AI alert system that will alert you when certain things are happening. Usually the certain things are if one of these bears would show up, okay? And the only thing that you have to do is when you get the alert is to open up your mood swing tool, your trading, this is trading view, right? This works on your mobile phone, by the way. So if you have the trading view app, by all means, download it because you'll be able to see this on your app. And all you have to do is check to see whether you have the order block in play and your bears in play, or your order block and your bulls. If it's telling, if the AI is saying, hey, we in a buying zone at the moment, okay? That's all you have to do. If those two things don't align, you don't have to take the trade. Just leave it alone, come back another day, or wait for another one of the AI alerts. And now that we've got it on the indices, then you have even more opportunities. All you just have to do as a trader is to check, right? And of course, we're not doing anything until our system aligns, okay? So let me just share with you the AI alerts for those of you who may not have seen it just yet. Right. Okay. So let's say, for example, this one. Okay. Right. So there we go. So this is our AI alert system right here, and it just alerts you and say, hey, we have a potential sell on US 30 or potential sell on US Tech, which is NAS, or we have a potential buy on the German 40 right here. This one actually worked out really nicely, this buy on German 40, and I could bring that up for you. In fact, I'm still in this trade as we speak, but I know some people might have taken some profit on that. But this German 40 trade actually worked out really well. It actually came down into a fair value gap. If you haven't looked at the training that I did on adding fair value gap to your arsenal, you could switch that on in the mood swing tool if you want to. You know, that's a slightly different strategy to the mood swing 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, but it's something that you could add because we don't want to overpower you and looking for too many things. Get the simple stuff first, and then we could add layers to it as we progress, right? But I'll bring up the German 40 chart and we could see. Let's just check out the pricing here. All right, let me just copy that. Right. So let's go back to the German 40 chart. It's GER 40. It could be DE 40 as well. But anyways, we actually got in on a, I don't think, hold on 2 seconds. Yeah, we got in on this buy trade here, and it was a nice push to the upside from this fair value gap that you see here. Okay, we got in there, and then we got that alert, just kind of confirming that we're going in the right direction. Okay, the alert came in a little bit later on. Right, if we look at the time of the alert, I'm just checking, you mightn't be able to see, but it came in at 11:15. Right, so right here, right, the alert came in 11:15 for the buy, and it pushed up. We had tapped the mood swing level, come back down, right? It's kind of dancing around. is dancing around right now. We could see here that we actually do have, we probably might have some sideways movement on this German 30. So when the market opens up, probably just take the profit and chill for the minute. Okay. Until we get some sort of fundamental news that will give us some sort of an impetus for what direction this may go in, we probably just gonna get some sideways movement. The reality though, I mean, thinking about it, if we look at it, we do have the mood swing level here, which is still pretty much red, right? We do have the mood swing level here pretty much red. We do have a order block. I know we had this sort of buy here, but for all intents and purposes, at the moment, we do have a downtrending market. So until and unless it breaks this mood swing level to the upside, my personal bias is for this to continue selling, right? For this to continue selling here. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see when the market opens up. But for now, I would say just hold on hand. I'm going to take profit on that when the market opens up. Okay. Somebody wants to see the dollar index. All right, that goal was tremendous. Right? We caught the buy to the upside. That was beautiful. Let's check out gold. This is just me doing some markings up here, but yeah, when that thing was traveling up, we were traveling up with it. In fact, hold on, let me just, I'm just gonna put my longs and bulls on, okay? So when this thing was moving up, man, we were moving on up with that thing, right? Longs and bulls here above the mood swing level. That was just divine. And then now, look, we started to see the turns again. The mood swing 3.5 gives us those bears early. If I switch that off and put on the mood swing 3.4, right, we would have gotten it a little bit later on, right? So make sure that you upgrade for those of you who have it. Okay. So again, look, we've got a 1-2 here for the reverse. We did have some interest rate decisions on the US as well. So that definitely pushed things along. And then look at this beauty. It actually pulled all the way back to our mood swing level here, pretty much almost to the pip. Missed it by just a few pips. But we got the 1-2-3 rejection off of it here. Order block, and then we got a bear short, and phew, that was another set of trading opportunities there for the sell. Again, look, we have a 1-2 here for the sell. And then on Friday, it was like really choppy. It didn't really give us we have the order block, but we didn't get the bear signal, so that was a no trade there. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what gold does. Now, somebody says that let's look at the dollar index. All right, let's pull up the DXY. Right, so we could see here that we had some serious recovery on the dollar after it fell out of the sky. Let's go to daily time frame. It's actually the lowest it has ever been since 2022, right? But saying that, it still could actually fall out of the sky. The way things are going now with the world. So we've seen a little bit of a pullback, right? Seen a little bit of a pullback at the moment. But let me just gonna mark off this level. Let's see. because there is potential for this thing to continue dropping. And if the US drops, that means that gold is gonna start rallying again. Okay. So we shall see. What is most important as well is for us to see what's happening in the calendar. So let's have a look. Let's see what's happening in the calendar this week coming up. All right, so the action is with the pound and with the US. In fact, there's non-farm payroll, right? Because this is the first week of February. In fact, today is the 1st of February. January is gone. Wow. So expect some craziness. Non-farm payroll could really throw the cat amongst the pigeons. So we got to be very vigilant with that. We do have the interest rate for the pound on Thursday as well, and interest rate decision for the Australian. Now, the Australian is actually forecast to change, right? They're actually looking potentially to increase that. So that'll be interesting, because if it does, that may give some strength to the Australian dollar. So we haven't looked at AUD USD for a little bit, but that is definitely something to keep an eye on for Tuesday here. For Monday, we do have some news, manufacturing PMI. So that's important as well for the US. So we should see probably some short-term either strengthening or weakening, depending on how this news comes in tomorrow. And note the times as well, so you don't get caught out. But in the morning, UK time, there's some opportunity there for the manufacturing PMI. Let me just pull up the GBP USD for a minute. Right, we did catch a nice buy probably a week ago on that, before the interest rate decision. We did catch a really nice move. Right, so we're seeing the pound just having a little weakness at the moment. It's coming. We'll have to do a little bit of research to figure out why that is. But we're seeing a little bit of weakness at the moment. But then again, that could be setting up for the interest rate decision. All right, that could be setting up for the interest rate decision. But interesting what is happening on the pound here, because the reality is that the trend is actually to the upside, right? The pound is actually seeing some recovery right now. So maybe we're just going to see a little bit of a pullback before we get a continuation upside. Again, we'll just have to wait and see. Let's see whether we actually had any opportunities there for 1-2 or 1-2-3 last week. I wasn't really looking at the pound. Let's see. There we go. All right. Yeah. So we had some shorting opportunities there. Even on Friday, we had a 1-2 for the short, and then earlier in the week. But this was an interest rate decision. It would have been difficult to capture that. However, we got the pullback, and this is just because the US is stronger, to be fair, right? The US has strengthened up a little bit. So all those US pairs, GBP USD, AUD USD, NZD USD, Euro USD, gold, they should have all been selling off like this, right? After the interest rate decision happened on Thursday. Okay. So there we have it. There we have it. Just gonna sit and do absolutely nothing. So yeah, this was the buying opportunity that we caught on that GBP USD the week before. It was beautiful move. Oh, was it down? Was it down here? I think it was down here. Okay. So, for those of you guys who want to get yourselves going, you guys need to send me a message. I'm just gonna post this here. Right? Send me a message via this link, right? So we'll get you going and get you set up on the MOODSWING tool ASAP. And we do have as I promised, we have a educational channel now. So we've got the strategies, very short videos showing the 1-2 strategies, the 1-2-3 strategies, and then we had some training sessions during the week that we recorded those videos and dropped it in there. So it's, especially the one on using the equal highs, equal lows, and the order and the fair value gaps. That is all in the educational channel, right? So by all means, get yourselves going with that, okay? Right, so use that link, send me a message, and we will get you guys up and running in no time. And I want to leave you guys with this one. This was posted by our very own, I have to call him Coach Anil. Hey, it's absolutely brilliant quotation here. And it goes like this. It says, trading without a strategy is gambling. No. The educational channel is a private and exclusive channel for those people who have the MOODSWING tool. Is in Telegram, is a private Telegram group. So once you join the other groups, then we'll channel you to that group. Okay. Yeah. So the quote says, trading without strategy is equal to gambling. Trading plus a strategy is equal to preparation. Trading plus a strategy plus risk management is equal to intention. Trading plus strategy plus risk management plus discipline is equal to success. So we have to move from gambling to preparation to intention to success. Beautiful, beautiful quote. Thank you very much, Anil, for that one. All right. So I'm going to leave you with that one, and we'll see you on the inside. All right, because the outside is crazy. Have a fantastic week, everyone. I'll be on here and getting those people who want to get started. Bye for now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Ballet.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ballet.
Welcome.
Oh, Ballet.
Hello.
It's Alicia. Hi.
Hi.
I am driving, so I was just listening in. I'm going to I'll touch base with you once I get off when I get home.
Sure,
Hopefully
no
you're
problem.
available, but at least I'll send you a message. Okay.
Sure. All right. No
Within
problem.
an hour or so. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Sir, how do we get the recordings?
The recordings are posted in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah. No problem.
I already texted. Thank you.
No problem.